Howdy gang, what's up? Notice I'm speeding past the menu here. Uh, well, as usual, pop into Twitch, see what the freaking competition's like, see if anyone left me any whispers or whatever while I was offline. None out of usual there, but when I go and look at my VODs, I see one of them got muted audio. It wasn't because I said any bad words, it was for the in-game soundtrack of all things. It said it was at 6 minutes in, so I'm like, yeah, that was probably the main menu. But that's like the theme of this game, it's the battle music, it's all over this thing, so I think it's pretty freaking crazy that that's even a thing that can happen. Like, I haven't seen any problems on YouTube. It's not like their crazy copyright system screwed me over or anything. I'm just freaking amazed by that. Anyways, we just finished Tower of Ishal. It was pretty tough, but, it was easier than the first session. And we got rescued. We'll gain Mufasa the king, so he is now dead. Battle at Osgard's lost. Darkspawner probably combing their way through this forest and murdering everything, spreading disease and such. And that all sucks.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
Well, you're wrong, you dingus. I think that's close enough, though I said.
Duncan's dead. The Grey Wardens. Even the king. They're all...
Yeah, well,
dead.
Duncan should have had a bigger dick.
If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
God, more or less. I didn't see you save us. Yeah, we gotta get the hell out of here, man.
We need to bring Logain to judgment. Why would he do this?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
Yeah. I like how they point it out quickly, because that was kind of a huge oversight for this guy. You need Grey Wardens to kill the Archdemon. That's just how it works. If anyone else kills it, its soul goes and possesses their body, and they turn into a new Archdemon. So the issue is that he's being super paranoid, and he won't let in the Grey Wardens from Orlais, where they're freaking bases. So it was only the three of us, and he just let us all die. What the hell? I guess he'd rather see Ferelden destroyed than let it possibly go back into our Legion hands. Yeah, what the hell is the Archdemon? I explained it, but maybe they can explain it better.
It is said that long ago, the Maker sent the old gods of the ancient Tevinter Imperium to slumber in prisons deep beneath the surface. An archdemon is an old god awakened and tainted by darkspawn. Believe that or not, history says it's a fearsome and immortal thing, and only fools ignore history.
I think specifically they say the maker straight up picked up a big-ass melon and dropped it on them. That's why they're all in the ground. I think that's a hilarious image. Yeah, Ulster's the real champ.
All Grey Wardens in Ferelden are gone. Except for us. I've lost everyone. For the love of the Maker, don't back out on me now.
I'd never back out on you. Okay, well, that feels a bit contrived. I think I made it very clear that I didn't want to get married and that we never met this man. Pull it together, you wuss.
Help to think that it could have been you out there. We can't let their deaths be in vain.
Nah, I wouldn't have died. I just said Duncan should have had a bigger dick. He freaking died taking on an ogre. I killed an ogre. Oh, yeah, almost like the Blight Flemeth. Please, you're a mage. Magic's OP.
Me? I am just an old woman who lives in the wilds. I know nothing of blights and darkspawn.
Well, whatever Logain's insanity, he obviously thinks the Darkspawn are a minor threat. We must warn everyone this isn't the case.
And who will believe you? Unless you think to convince this Logain of his mistake.
He just betrayed his own king. If Al Eamon knew what he did at Ostergar, he would be the first to call for his execution.
The Earl of Redcliffe, the only city that ever gets explored in this franchise for some reason. Like, they talk about Highever a lot, like it's a big place. But after this game, it's never really mentioned. In Dragon Age Inquisition, they give you a big-ass world map that's only the hinterlands, which is the area around Redcliffe. So, like, why didn't they explore more of the areas? I just want to know. Anyways, why don't we ask him for help, genius?
I suppose. Al Eamon wasn't at Ostergar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
That's a good idea. You're so smart.
Such determination. How intriguing.
I still don't know if Al Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
You can very well try, though. In order to initiate the end of the game, you need to have at least saved Al Eamon. Which means that the other alliances are all optional. So you have to go through, like, 2 of the major areas if you want to get to the end of the game. Your funeral. It's probably doable, honestly, but in this case, it's our funeral. We're not doing that. Now, we need to get those other wardens. That would be the smartest course of action instead of going on this freaking wild quest.
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves...
Do we have the trees, though? I thought we gave them to Duncan.
And who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
Where did we get the trees? Well, there's profit in it. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. That's only a lot of work, guy.
Take one step at a time. But it is not so bad to know where those steps will lead you, yes?
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against the Blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
So you are set then. ready to be Grey Wardens.
I mean, yeah.
Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
Right. I never got to talk about Morrigan's character model. We'll do that after this, I guess. But because of her missing hair, I didn't point out stuff. What makes you think we even want her? For real, she's kind of a bitch. I'm she's gonna be her mage for a while, but kind of a bitch.
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
No.
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
There's actually a very popular mod that just gives you a skill once you slap Morrigan at any point in time. Honestly, it feels kind of necessary, but I didn't do it because hitting women isn't okay, probably. I don't know. I'll take her.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages,
Show me my wires, you little fuck.
perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite for Eldon against the Darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
He's a big boy.
Understand.
And you, Wardens, do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
Sure.
Allow me to get my things, if you please.
You don't have things.
I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
No problems with you if Alistair doesn't. That's the nice way of saying shut up.
From the way he glares, I imagine that answer is clear.
Do you really want to take her along because her mother says so?
Hell no.
Allow me to show you out of the forest. After that, send me off if you like. I did not ask to join you.
I hate to say it, but the Grey Wardens have always taken allies where they could find them. We could probably use her somewhat.
I am so pleased to have your approval.
No. I don't think I mentioned that the fact that she's an apostate is just him thinking like a Templar. Because everyone have to assume that she's a Grey Warden too, right? Like they get pardoned from everything, even if they're a mage. Alright, let's get moving.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Alistair's heartbroken. What'd I do? Why'd Morrigan approve? Wow. Alright, so... First off, Morrigan's the girl on the box art, and maybe in the menus too, like the launcher. And for one, she's supposed to have a hood. I guess she technically has one, but it looks more like it's the only thing holding her boobs up, so... Also, a hair is supposed to be let down. I don't know why it's tied up. There are down hairstyles in this game. And I just want to point out that, like, all the female models are, like, not curvaceous at all. I'm not saying this isn't a valid body type, but, like, it's weird how, like, box-like her character model is. Especially noticeable with this, because it's, like, a skin-tight outfit. Again, another popular mod. Fixes female proportions. However, I didn't view it as important. Modding array takes a pretty long time. There's like a few plants or something to grab around here. I'm not seeing them, so I guess it doesn't matter. Right, onward to the town of Lothering, where we will do like a lot of side quests in a very small area. And oh wait, I should probably level her up. I think we have a mandatory combat encounter on the way there. I'm gonna let Beans out, but I don't want him chewing on my wires anyways. Alright guys. I guess I want to set her up more or less like the other guy. So like, dump magic. Maybe not go all the way to 30, because he was a little too squishy. Or some constitution. Willpower, of course. And then strength and dexterity are completely pointless. Now, again, I like deleted where I thought my save files would be. Like, none of my character saves are in here afterwards, so I thought all of these would be locked. All the achievements weren't even done, so, like, I thought we were good. So I don't know how these are unlocked, but they are. Spirit Healer comes from a companion. You'll get that one naturally. Arcane Warrior comes from a convoluted sided thing. I want to hold off on using these until I, like, officially unlock them. However, Morrigan started with Shapeshifter, kind of like Alistair started as a Templar. I think every companion starts with one of these specializations. Except for one in particular, which we're about to meet, and I will talk about him in more depth when that happens. Anyways, to avoid cheating, I'm gonna buy Shapeshifter, despite the fact that I have always found it to be kind of useless. I think she's gonna want more willpower and more point of magic. The Shapeshifter gave her natural point of armor and more constitution. That should help with her tankiness, I guess. Mages can take more damage from an attack before it interrupts their spellcasting. +1 bonus to combat mana regen. That's good. Only the second one gives a mana regen bonus, so I don't really need to worry about it too much. It doesn't say anything about unlocking higher tier spells. Probably want to buy your tactics slot. And whatever, I'll buy it anyways. Okay, so this is shape-shifting. As you'd imagine, it turns you into a thing, which means that you can't use your traditional spells while in this form. And the issue with it in the main game is it kind of just sucks. Like, I think its abilities are based on your strength and dexterity, which obviously the mage doesn't have. And then it's also going to be squishy because the mage is squishy. I feel like there's some logic maybe put into this that helps with it. 75% nature resistance, as well as spider web and poison jet, 10% more vulnerable to fire. Belt power determines how powerful the form is. Did spider growing overwhelm ability, blow absorbs 10% of the victim's total health and back as a mana. I feel like some of this stuff was new, because that's pretty cool. If you're out of mana, use this, kill a guy, get that mana back. Right, these last two are just, like, really great to have, which is why you invest in these regardless. I kind of want to go right to that, but I should worry about utility first. He's gonna do ice again because Shattering's useful. And Entropy, I just feel fits her character, right? Rain Life, Weakness. Yeah, I guess we're basically gonna rebuild our good friend Tower Mage, or whatever the hell it was. I feel like I maybe want to hold off on having more sustains until we have more mana. Like, I've never really had need to use these, but we will now. Cold resistance. Oh, sick. A contagious hex inflicts penalty to cold resistance, electricity, fire, nature, area, all enemies within. So this one stays on the ground, I think, but it also sounds like the actual debuff scales. That's cool. I don't know if I want it yet, though. Yes. She just gained a lot of health. Like, literally doubled. Alright, let's organize this real quick. I guess I'll keep that one there. Maybe group my ice spells together. Debuffs. And I'll order them in, by youthfulness. Something like that. Then I guess I'll want to set up tactics. Enemy, hacking party member. Target of party member? Enemy is being attacked by melee. How about that? Do disorient or weakness? Weakness. Disorient, maybe if you're being attacked? Self being attacked? By, anyone, really. Self being attacked. Disorient. I'll probably make vulnerability something that I use, just like Cone of Cold. I feel like it's too dangerous to leave in the AI's hands. Oh, cool. It recognizes these are the same thing. Affected by either of these, use Cold Snap or whatever it is, Winter's Grass. Enemy, I guess I would just have the highest health one get the thing, maybe. Then, what do I want to do about Paralyze? Enemies like an elite, maybe? Rank. Elite or higher. You Paralyze. We good? We got most of these set up. Oh, enemy NA. Enemy health. Oh. Target of ally. Nearest visible, whenever. Ability or people. Okay, I think that's good. It's kind of annoying being a shapeshifter too, because you can't really set up tactics for the shapeshifted abilities. Whatever. Also, you can really see the seam, like, right there. And they put it in, like, the correct place because it's in between her arms. You should be able to see it. I just always thought it was super noticeable in this outfit. They basically, a character model was unwrapped like a skin rug, you know? They lay it out flat on paper so they can actually draw the texture out for it. At the edges of those little islands is where the seams are created, because they don't always line up.
I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this Darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your Lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most fortuitous.
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Van Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Van Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, Your Majesty?
That invisible woman is there every time you were in that room. I appreciate that nobody just accepted it right away. Just instantly, Van Tegan's like, yo, that was awful lucky that you chose to withdraw at that moment, right? I guess Van Tegan's a big deal. They don't necessarily talk about him, but I guess he's popular. As is Earl Eamon. They're relatives, so I would explain it. No, you're dead. Son of a bitch. Don't die, dog.
I see.
Get all of them, yeah. Okay, back it up, Morrigan.
I am ready.
Oh. Dog died. How did I know this would happen? Did it autosave? I hope it did. It did not. Oh, whatever.
Cursed creatures!
Anyways, as I was saying with texture seams, because the islands are like spread out on paper, they don't always line up for various reasons. Sometimes it's the location because, like, you know, a picture is pixels, it's all squares. You can't make smooth transitions like that unless you really meticulously place things, which is actually how a Arc System works. People make Guilty Gear, make their models look perfectly flat even though they're entirely 3D. Hey, spider? No? Alright. I should really keep her safe. You know what, actually, I'm just gonna, like, swallow my own cock here and turn down the difficulty for this fight, because that is maybe more darkspawn than we have fought in any of the previous encounters. And, again, I just have to keep saying it. Mod page says do up to Lothering without difficulty, and we have tried our luck. Going, hit the ice mountain. You see, this is still hard even on easy.
Victory shall be mine!
Have an alpha with them, for God's sake.
I shall do it. I am in danger! Do something!
Damn. Right, I think this is going to be one of those turn-based battles. Was I checking difficulty right? I think that's independent of your save. I guess makes it kind of annoying if you and someone else are playing on the same computer because they maybe want to be on harder difficulty than you and you have to switch it every time. Also, if there's achievements tied to it, that'd be pretty sucky. I wish that I can just control the dog so he doesn't go get himself killed right away. It's not asking too much, is it? Alright, anything you can do to help, my man. Forget who you're attacking. Maybe something good will happen if she runs?
No mercy!
The answer is no, of course. Let's see what Spider does. Poison Spit. Healing 100 plus Dexterity minus 10. See what I'm saying, guys? Spider flies 11, target immobilizing for 12 seconds. That's pretty good, actually. And 100 damage is still a pretty big deal early game anyways. But come on. Dexterity. Do I have equipment for Morrigan? I might have equipment for Morrigan. I don't think her robes are very good. No, those are alright. However, she has gloves and boots stuff. That's pretty good. If it does +2 damage, why isn't it just a part of its damage stat? Alright, our staff's alright. Sickle resistance doesn't have any penalty to stamina, so she can wear it. Hey, now I never understood this, but a lot of the cowls have these mental resistance things. And mental resistance is governed by your willpower, so it doesn't really benefit a mage. Because they already have good mental resistance. Mental resistance is useful for warriors who need to avoid spells. I think maybe because my inventory was full, I didn't get to keep everyone's stuff. However, their stuff might be in a chest in the house.
Right. This should be easy enough.
Wow, whatever. Alright, no enchanter's footing. Not a big deal. Morrigan put on a helmet.
Time for a little cleanup!
We kind of did alright this time. However, I think I might need to start pulling out the cheese.
Armed and dangerous, ready for action!
At least until we get down to the alpha one. Dog's alive though, that'll help.
You need help?
Alright, she's about to get fucked. Because Alistair's not really making aggro anymore. I can stun him. Resisted, alright, go for the bash. Probably about to die. Alistair alive.
Go!
Going up for this. Alright, now dog can like chew on his bones. Get him, dog. I'll bash him or something when I can, dude. No, you don't switch targets, you son of a bitch. F. Alright, stun him. Now. Throw a dog a bone. Oh, you die. Oh. He killed dog the second after, so I guess he wasn't gonna win it for us. That was close, though. Alistair might die before he consumes that, as might she. It's been a while since I played an RTS. I'm not used to panning the camera with no mouse anymore. I know that is like the default controls for this kind of thing. I'm always down for RTSs. The thing is, the campaigns are always like really short and or bad. And then the multiplayers for like Koreans only, you're getting your ass beat if you're not able to macro like at least 12 groups at once. I remember just a few years ago I really tried to get into the Warcraft 3 multiplayer, and it was just a game of bum rushes, which is really lame. It's like avoiding the whole game. I actually shut someone's strategy down by picking the orcs and just building a bunch of defensive structures that my peons could go man to turn them into powerful towers. And he got so fucking salty that I dragged the game out for another like 15 minutes. So, I guess that's my crowning achievement for Warcraft 3. RTS I thought had a really interesting campaign was Dawn of War 2. Because it wasn't even an RTS anymore, which is interesting. You had an action RPG-esque campaign. While the multiplayer was still the Dawn of War you knew from the previous game. Which I guess means that it's a bad campaign in a way, because it doesn't all prepare you for that. But it's still a pretty good time. And it's a really decent length. I can say with confidence that you can buy that one without feeling ripped. not good enough to enjoy the rest of it. Okay, so this is fire. This is Cone of Cold, but with fire. And those are all useful. Maybe I should stay away from this. And I kind of still want this. Maybe the miasma will be useful to kind of counteract that aura. I don't have enough magic to use Fireball. Though I would very much love to do so. Especially at the beginning of the fight. Relic offense. Neptune in battle, running opponents back, nah. Spell shield. No resistance, no thanks. Mana drain. Walking bomb. Walking bomb affect allies? Though. Does walking bomb affect allies? You know, like, look that up. Dragon Age Origins, walking bomb, friendly fire. Cannot suffer more than 75% damage or their max health and damage from friendly fire. So yes. Okay, I guess that's out. Mind Blast could be useful. That's actually just a great thing to have for any main. Feel like this isn't all that different. I kind of don't want to waste a point on this flame weapon because it's flame weapons. I can't use it at the same time as the ice ones. Formula looks the same. Dealing 20 fire damage. That's pretty strong, actually. Alright, again, I can't even use fireballs, so there's no point in it. I guess I'll just go with the miasma. Alright. Morrigan, put on a hat. Jesus. The 1940s, I think, people thought that if you went out without a hat, you weren't fully dressed. So, this is at least 200 years before that. Morrigan's a hussy. Clicking my mouth, you old bastard. It's the cat. not sure this is the right thing to do, but we're doing it. Tactics. Do I even want to set these up? I know that I'm going to be playing her for this whole fight, and if it turns out to be a bad build, maybe not. I think that she still uses them randomly if I don't have anything set up, so that's the thing.
Right. Watch their blood.
Everybody, stop what you're doing. Oh, no, no! No! Note to self, fire melts ice. How'd I know this is maybe very bad? I was thinking I maybe should have gone with lightning, but I don't know if lightning has any actual special properties aside from mini stun. I guess that is its special property. Never mind. I feel like we have the damage potential, I just need to keep Alistair alive for a second longer. Can't believe it's already been an hour and a half. However, I wasn't expecting to do more than Lothering today. I'm thinking maybe we'll just take it one act at a time.
Time for a little cleanup.
They're all about the same length, so hopefully that'll work out.
Hurry.
Get in there.
Weapons at the ready.
No, don't use that yet. Go for the stun. Where's Alistair at? Right here should be an alright angle. I might burn dog though. Clean.
Very
Alright, where's Alpha? Alpha even alive? There he is. Okay, I think now it's time to shapeshift. Damn. He was good and then he wasn't. In a matter of seconds.
Come, you can do better than that. Is it just me, or do you actually think you have a chance?
That was almost super clean. I think that went really well.
Oh, did I do really badly back there?
Thank God. We have Dog. We have another party member. And he can finally use abilities. They didn't hurt you, did they, boy?
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
Hey, he's OP.
Mangy.
He's not OP, but we're gonna use him for real. Always wanted a doggo. He can eat people. Happy Bark. Why don't we name him? He's a dog. You could just say dog. See, in the Darkspawn Chronicles, his canonical name is Barkspawn, which I think is adorable, but also pretty stupid. Could go with Doggo, but that's too easy. I'm F. I haven't owned a dog in such a very long time. I feel like they're kind of vicious, so I want them to have a tough guy name. You know what? No one is tougher than Dan. Look at that freaking metal-ass D. New Codex, Dan. And these dogs specifically are vicious. I mean, look at the fucking teeth. If you ever gaze into a dog's eyes longingly, like, oh, I'm gonna pet you later, he is going to, like, flip his shit on you and try to tear your goddamn throat out. And thus, I'm never going near a dog again. I'm too used to staring at cats like that. He's like, you gonna pet me? Like, yeah, I'm gonna pet you. And then eventually one of us folds and comes and pets him. You see, he doesn't get any specializations. That, like, alone makes him worse than your typical party member. I think the dog's kind of a rogue. Kind of a mage. He has a lot of AoE. This tree was added by a mod because he peaks pretty early in the game normally. He doesn't have anything to spend his talents on anymore, so I thought this would help him keep him a little more useful. Again, you're pretty much objectively dumb if you're ever using him in place of another human. But we have a mod that lets us use him as a summon, so that's great. Elemental resistance. Growl is a area debuff to attack and defense. Dread Howl is an area stun. Is really great. Percent critical chance. Attack, armor. I might want to go back and put more points in cunning if that's the case. I did say he's kind of a rogue. Let's see where I can reallocate a bit. Just a couple points cunning. A couple points cunning. Another thing to note, all the normal races have like a base stat bonus that the game doesn't really tell you exists. But Dog and Kunari do not, which is another companion we're about to pick up.
Let's get started.
So their stats are always going to be lower no matter what you do, and that's just very sad.
Right. Let's get started.
Think of a Grey Warden helmet. I hope it's good. It do look good. Maybe you give it to Alistair. I think he just has a normal ass helmet. Grey Warden. We destroyed that war paint, so we don't have anything for him to wear. Alright. We're good. We're gonna move into another combat encounter pretty much immediately. So I guess I should set some stuff up for Dog. Growl. I don't know, enemies clustered. Not even that, just enemy attacking party member, maybe. Enemy using melee. Being attacked by melee. Use growl. And then enemy clustered with at least 3 red howl. That's all he's got. So we'll move that over there. And this, like, here, because it's still an AoE. Gotta keep it consistent.
Yes?
Morrigan, we're gonna set her up with stuff. So, self-surrounded. Game mode. Shit, why would you cast on an exploration? Surrounded by at least 2 usability. Mind blast. Give me neutron now. Enemy affected by debuff. Where's that one? Oh wait, I don't have that debuff anymore. Enemy is a target of the protagonist because she can shatter him, right? That sounds fair way to freeze him. Enemy rank melee or higher. Use paralyze. Enemy using melee attack. Do weakness. And everything else is situational, I guess. For no reason should this ever come disabled. This is probably gonna help us. Once Dog uses Growl, their attack and defense should be so low.
Right.
What now?
God. Have like a sneeze and a runny nose. And they're fighting against each other. Every time I sniff up the sniffles, I feel like you got a sniz.
Wake up, gentlemen! More travelers to attend to. Led by an elf, of all things.
They don't look much like them others.
These are definitely not Davith and
Maybe we
Jory.
should just let these ones pass.
Nonsense. Greetings, travelers.
Highwaymen, preying on those fleeing the Darkspawn, I suppose.
They are fools to get in our way. I say, teach them a lesson.
Now, is that any way to greet someone? A simple 10 silvers, and you're free to move on.
Honestly, I might take you up on that, but I'm gonna try my luck.
What did I tell you? No wagons, and this one looks armed.
The toll applies to everyone, Henrik. That's why it's a toll, and not, say, a refugee tax.
Oh, right. Even if you're no refugee, you still gotta pay.
You just said that we look dangerous, you goof. Toll collectors?
For the upkeep of the Imperial Highway. It's a bit of a mess, isn't it?
I don't think anybody upkeeps this damn road. You should charge more. A great way to screw yourself. And you're not fixing the highway.
Not much gets past you, I see.
It's not really a toll. We're just robbing you, see?
Do
I like
shut
you.
up. Even a Genlock would have understood that.
Oh, I'm not paying.
Well, I can't say I'm pleased to hear that. We have rules, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We get to ransack your corpse then. Those are the rules.
Well, you want to fight a grey bitch?
Did she say she's a Grey Warden? Them ones killed the king.
Traitors to Ferelden, I hear. Tern Loghain put quite a bounty on any who are found.
But aren't them Grey Wardens good? I mean, really good? Good enough to kill a king?
You have a point. Well, let's forget about the toll. We'll just leave you to your darkspawn fighting, king-killing ways.
You could use a donation, though.
You don't say.
They is really good, boss. Remember?
Well, yes. 20 silvers? That's all we've collected today.
I only charge 2 people?
Then take it. Do enjoy your stay in Lothering and all that. Oh, back, are you? I thought we settled things nice and amicably with you, War.
Okay, cool. It gives me time to set up, or quick save, so I don't have to go through that whole conversation again. And then I can beat his ass. Those are both quest items, so they don't really take inventory space. So I am going to go sell stuff, and then I'll come back and loot them.
Well,
That's fair, right?
there it is. Lothering. Pretty as a painting.
Ah, so you have finally decided to rejoin us, have you? Falling on your blade in grief seemed like too much trouble, I take it.
Is my being upset so hard to understand? Have you never lost someone important to you? Just what would you do if your mother died?
Before or after I stopped laughing?
Right, very creepy. Forget I asked.
Those fingers. You have been quiet, Alistair.
Yes, I know. I was just thinking.
No wonder it took so long, then.
Oh, I get it. This is the part where we're shocked to discover how you've never had a friend your entire life.
I can be friendly when I desire to. Alas, desiring to be more intelligent does not make it so.
Anyway, I thought we should talk about where we intend to go first.
Any thoughts, bruh?
This should be good.
I think what Flemeth suggested is the best idea. These treaties, have you looked at them?
Nope.
There are 3 main groups that we have treaties for. The Dalish Elves, the Dwarves of Orzammar, and the Circle of Magi. I also still think that Arleman is our best bet for help. We might even want to go to him first.
Dalish elves are nomads. I don't know how you expect us to just find them. Is there a way to contact the wardens, though?
Short of leaving for Eldon to seek them out, the only place to send word to would be Weishaupt Fortress. And that's thousands of miles away.
Yeah, well, we can walk it. Why are you leaving up to me?
I don't know where we should go. I'll do whatever you decide.
Now that is unsurprising.
Al-Eamon is a good man, but I don't know for sure he's where we should go. I'm not going to fight about it.
What do you think we should do?
Go after your enemy directly. Find this man Loghain and kill him. The rest of this business with the treaties can then be done in safety.
Oh,
yes,
that's
he
fair.
certainly wouldn't see that coming, and it's not like he has the advantage of an army and experience and...
I was asked for my opinion and I gave it. If your wish is to come up with reasons why something cannot be done, we will stand here until the Darkspawn are upon us.
Well, now you're just being a dick because you're a dummy. Oh, we gotta find people.
I can give you directions if you like. Then you have
We're
a plan.
good. Ready to get going.
Fair enough. Let's head into the village whenever you're ready.
Okay, so map. Where is map? These yellow areas are for DLC. There is technically a correct way to do this. Like, we can go to any of these areas first in whatever order. But, first time I played this, I went to the outskirts. And let me tell you, werewolves are very powerful. Maybe a little too powerful for someone to do as soon as they leave Lothering. Also, I believe if you actually finish any of these before heading to Redcliffe Village, you will fail the entire first act of this area. So that's not good. Which means that you should at least do the first half of this before anything else, in my opinion. It's also a pretty cool thing. Great way to set up the game. I really shouldn't be here around much at all. I need to find a merchant ASAP. I think there's one right over here. Or, no, he is by the Chantry. The only building that looks like it's worth anything in this whole goddamn town.
You there. If you're looking for safe shelter, I'll warn you, there's none to be found.
Wow, he's wearing Dragon Age 2 Templar armor. Looks like a real Templar. But the ones that we saw at Ostigar were in the traditional uniforms. Weird.
Ah, look how they gnash their teeth. Tis sad to watch how helplessly they scurry about.
It's just a guess, but I'm thinking everyone in
Back off. I have the right to charge what I wish.
You profit from their misfortune. I should have the Templars give away everything in your carts.
You wouldn't dare. Any of you step too close to my goods and I'll...
It's so nice to see everyone working together in a crisis. Warms the heart.
Oh, you there. You look able. Would you care to make a tiny profit helping a beleaguered businessman?
Beleaguered? What does that mean? Get rid of the tiny part and I'll consider it.
Haha, I'm not the only one with some business sense.
He is charging outlandish prices for things people desperately need. Their blood is filling his pockets.
'Tis only survival of the fittest. All of these cretins would do the same in his shoes, given the chance.
I have limited supplies. The people decide what those supplies are worth to them.
You bought most of your wares from these very people last week. Now they flee for their lives, and you want to talk business?
Look, stranger, I've 100 silvers if you drive this rabble off, starting with that priest. I'm an honest merchant, nothing more.
He bought his supplies from them, and they're trying to buy them back. What? This fight has been going on for more than a week. Like, this guy is actually completely in the right. He's looking out for his business. You beat that off her sister?
You want me to bid against him? We don't have that kind of coin.
Then shut your mouth.
You would actually do the bidding of this evil little man.
He's not evil, you're just freaking playing the priest card on me. Don't be a bitch.
Fine. May your heartlessness bring you exactly what you deserve.
A fine sentiment, if I've ever heard one.
You're so nice. I bet you make allies everywhere you go.
Sure do.
Serves that wench right. You have my thanks. And 100 silvers, yes?
Hell yeah. And a discount, though.
Right. Fair enough. But only you.
Alright, let's see what we got, bro.
This way. And beware the urchins. They have grabby little hands.
Alright, I got hella stuff to sell to you, my man. Hella stuff. Junk. Probably junk. I kind of just want to sell it all. We don't have anything especially useful, right? Could hold on to one good two-hander. I will hold on to this. I'll hold on to this too, because it also has backstab damage. I don't know what the rogue character comes equipped with. But she's not, I'm not even going to use her as a melee character, I just want her to have something just in case. I think I'm gonna have him use the Chase and Crusher. I'll hold on to that. And I should keep a crossbow as well. Plus, right there. I don't know what armors I want to sell. I should probably hold on to a chainmail or scale better. They're exactly the same. I'm thinking the chain probably looks cooler. I'll sell the scale. Keep a set of chain. Keep smuggler's armor. Those, keep chain gloves. Hey, don't you bite my candy? Why he just has to bite everything? He's not a kitten. He's not teething. I can sell 2 of these. Keep those gloves and I don't think that only 1 armor is worth it. I forgot I even had this. I don't know if it's any better than the Grey Warden shield. Okay, so I think that after you've created one of the alliances, you can donate junk items to people for experience, and I think the dwarves want precious gems like those I just sold. However, I think that the dwarves is maybe one of the hardest areas. Also very long. So I'm just gonna sell them anyways. It's no biggie. Actually, really no biggie, because you can use money for that same goal. This is how we summon Dog when he's no longer in our party. Tribal necklace is maybe for Morrigan? I don't know. Beef bone's obviously a dog item. Helmet and potions. 15's pretty good. Injury kits, though. Probably has a backpack for me, too, right? You're 4. Usually this orange image means that it's unique or special. This is definitely like endgame. It even says that it's special tier. Expensive though. Not sure it's worth. Morgan Maze Viridium. Really doesn't have a backpack? How very lame of him. Does he have anything else to sell me?
Hello, friend. Care to take advantage of your discount?
Okay, well, say there's a mod that like tells you who gifts are for specifically, because you're kind of just gonna reload if you give it to the wrong person, am I right? But
a fine gift. You have my thanks.
I didn't really bother with that because it had its descriptions, which was also done by one of the rebalance things. Dog loves me, apparently. Which is weird because he should be giving me stat bonus if that was the case. But maybe it just comes from giving him bones. Who knows? Pretty sure he approves of everything that I do, so I think he just has special activities he gotta do with him. Okay. We are going back to the highway to murder those highwaymen. Ever wonder why they're called highwaymen? That's why. Just ambush you on the road. Simple as that. I may be wondering why I do this. I'm sure there's probably a limited amount of XP in the game, but do you really need more bloodshed? The answer is absolutely. No, there's actually like a side quest to do this, so you can just take care of it whenever you get paid.
All right, we surrender. We're just trying to get by before the darkspawn get us all.
Yeah, well, maybe you should have considered that before you were lower level than all the darkspawn I had to freaking slog my way through. Also, I realized I never switched difficulty back. I could do better.
Right. I guess so. I'm sorry.
I'm turning you in, you son of a bitch.
There aren't any. Just the Templars, and they'll execute me.
Then I'll execute you. Wow, that's actually a line.
I'm not going down without a fight.
I already fought you. But also, I'm, really should switch this back. Those guys were all normal ranked, unlike those darkspawn that all had red text.
On it.
Damn cat. Sometimes I just hate him. Go. Oh, there. Okay, there's crap to collect around here. I don't think any of these refugees have anything to say. These are oxes. I think I called the Kenori goatmen. That's because I'd never think of ox as an animal. They're oxmen, which is really weird considering the actual oxes exist.
So let's talk about your mother for a moment.
I'd rather talk about
Let's get started.
mother.
Well, there's
As
nothing
you
to
wish.
talk about. And besides, isn't your mother a scary witch who lives in the middle of a forest? Much more interesting.
To you, perhaps. You would find the moss growing upon a stone interesting.
You know what's more interesting than that? Apostates, mages outside of the tower. That's illegal, you know.
You did not read that in a book somewhere, did you? I hope the small letters did not strain you overmuch.
Oh, we could not talk about your mother. That works for me.
Neither of them want to talk about their mothers.
So tell me something, Morrigan. Did you live there in that forest your entire life?
I left it on occasion, but I always returned. Why? Is that so strange? It was my home.
But it was just you and your mother there? No one else?
Mother occasionally had company.
What? Company? Do I even want to ask?
No, you really don't.
Gross. They share a one-room hut.
Move on if you can. Lothering's lost.
Yep, sure is. Never knew though.
You might find that. though it's probably just frightened gossip. We've had refugees streaming from the south for the last 2 days. The chantry and tavern are full to bursting. There simply isn't enough food to go around, and we Templars can barely keep order. You'd be better off elsewhere, my friend.
I like that you can see the eyes through the helmet, but his actual face is just like a generic man face that's painted black. So, in the sense that there's still all those polygons under there, they could have just put his actual face in. But I think that's a cool stylistic choice anyways. Thanks for the warning.
Best of luck wherever you might go. I'm just here to keep watch.
Got alcohol? Mom! Some junk, some more junk. Hope he doesn't get pissed if I bash his fucking chest open.
This should be easy enough.
This game doesn't have a crime system, so he should be fine.
The Chanters are still operating their board. Now that's dedication.
Ah, the Chantry Board. Yes, let us run errands for the betterment of mankind as well as a few coppers.
Yeah. You have a problem with that?
And Eileen spoke unto the masses, my hearth is yours, my bread is yours, my life is yours. For all who walk in the sight of the Maker are one.
Yes. Pretty sure he's the Tranquil.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
Bandits everywhere. Heck out of here.
Your king is dead! There is no hope! The legions of evil are on your doorstep! They will feast upon our hearts! There is nowhere to run! This evil will cover the world like a plague of locusts!
Please, you're scaring the children!
Better to slit their throats now than let them suffer at Darkspawn hands! There! One of their minions is already amongst us! This woman bears their evil stench! Can't you not see the vile blackness that fills her?
Okay, so a couple things about this scene. One, there are parts of it that sound like he's, like, yelling, but he knows that people are gonna stare at him weird for yelling. So the voice acting could be a little better. Also, his animations are, like, hella stiff. Not really the voice actor's fault, of course. Also, he's chastened. I guess the weapon should give that away, but otherwise you couldn't really tell. So that's why he can smell that I smell like Darkspawn, because I'm a Grey Warden and all. Keep your voice down.
I watch the Black Horde descend on my people! I will not be silent!
Please stop! Somebody shut his mouth!
But isn't he right? The ban left us. We're going to die.
This minion is but the first of those who will destroy us!
You poor man, what happened?
My family, my clan, those creatures butchered them all. Some of us fled here, But we cannot escape the Darkspawn!
Why didn't you yell that sentence? Must have been terrible. How did you escape?
I ran, hearing my wife's screams as they dragged her off. She had hair the same color as yours.
Well, that's very creepy to say. Sorry, these people won't get her back. Caring. You're not on her death by acting like this. I mean, maybe he thinks he is saving people, but Carrion won't get her back, bro.
You were right. I will go.
Yeah, get the heck out of here.
He was right, wasn't he? There's no hope for us.
Yeah, but you need to know that. Muster your mustard.
You're right. We can't give up.
But we can't fight. What are we supposed to do?
We can't lie down and die either. We must go north to Denerim.
Yeah, north. The opposite direction of the way they're traveling.
Feast on your living hearts! They will take your children!
You're gone, though. Ain't no gray iron. And good defense.
Maybe with that blasted chasing gone, my headache will go as well.
Okay, that was definitely Hawk's voice.
Sorry, I can't talk. I must watch over these wagons.
There's another NPC that has his voice. And he's like labeled as a helpful NPC. I would like to think that that was Hawk. They give you the impression that he's someone who just did odd jobs. Sort of pillar of the village. Because he's from here. And the game opens up with everyone fleeing from the village. So it's like immediately after you leave where that game starts. I'll talk more about it while we're here, but I think we're doing our conversation right now.
If you seek refuge in the Chantry, there's simply no room left.
Obviously, Hawk didn't exist at the time, so I'm just headcanoning that. Do I look like a refugee to you?
So many are coming to Lothering. I make no assumptions. Priests are within if you seek to offer devotion to the Maker, however. May he protect us all.
Yes. May he protect. You know there were bandits on the highway?
Were? Did you drive them off? Well, so Bryant will appreciate that.
Yes, I beat their ass. Ray knows.
Not since Tairn Logain passed by with his army. It's a shame about the king. But with the Darkspawn coming, few can think of anything else.
Oh, goodbye.
Maker watch over you.
So, standing like side by side, you can see a bit of a stylistic difference in the two armors. Because this is like literally a model ripped from Dragon Age 2. I think that the shaders are different, but Dragon Age 2 went for more of like a cartoony look, and it had like very hard edges on all the armors. Kind of like jagged. I think it looks pretty sweet, honestly. And it looks pretty practical too. Like, didn't like go too goofy fantasy on it. On the topic, they kind of like simplified the armor system too into just robes, medium armor, light armor, and heavy armor, like plates and stuff. On this game, you have clothes, robes. I think are maybe still clothes. They're kind of different though, in that robes are actually useful. Light, medium, heavy, and massive. Now, you would think that medium and this game's definition of heavy, which is like chainmail, would maybe be the same thing. And that heavy would be massive, which is like plate. It did seem a bit goofy. Like, leather is supposed to be light, in my opinion. I think it is. Medium's like that in-between that's not really used very much. There's Sir Brian. He can turn in that bandit for him.
Yes, my lady. Who might you be?
The point is, there are too many armor classes, and they simplified it, and I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing. Tell me that name.
I am Sir Bryant, commander of Lothering's remaining Templars. You don't seem like the other refugees. Are you one of Arl Eamon's knights?
No. Not gonna say that. Many knights come here?
Some have in recent days. Arl Eamon has fallen ill, and his knights are on a quest for the sacred urn filled with Andraste's ashes, said to cure any malady. He must be very ill if they chase miracles as the only cure. One of the Arl's knights, Sir Donnell, is here searching for fantasies while... Never mind. Ask him if you care about this foolishness.
About the bandits.
Maker's breath. How many times must we drive them off?
I killed them.
All of them? By yourself?
It's true. I saw it from my post. It was over so fast, we didn't even have time to get over there.
Sad that it needed to come to that.
It's a
But
thick sword.
they asked for it. Will you accept a small reward for your service?
I could not protect this village more for pay.
I wish I could afford such help, to be truthful. Take your reward, at any rate. It is all I have to offer. If it interests you, there is a Chanters board outside full of quests that need doing. The Chanters even offer pay for some of them. Now, unless there's something else you need.
See how his armor's like morphing around his neck? I get that it's the easiest way to make this work and avoid clipping, but I really appreciate it when they make the stiff parts of armor actually stiff. Things seem dire here.
They are. With the ban having taken his men north, the village is left to its fate. We will evacuate as many as we can before the horde reaches us. I will stay as long as I am needed. Now, unless there's something else you need.
I know that we're traitors, but I'm a Grey Warden anyways. You want to help? You seem like a good guy.
I see. That is certainly worthy of notice. Tern Loghain declared all Grey Wardens traitors responsible for the king's death. You know this, I hope.
I do, but again, you seem like a good guy.
And set a bounty on any who survived. I don't believe the Grey Wardens would be as careless or malicious as the Tern claims. But either way, there it is. It is best you not linger, though. Just in case.
For any help you can offer.
I cannot openly help you, I fear, but... Here, take this key. It opens the large cabinet on the far wall. There is more there than we can carry when we evacuate, so take what you need.
Sick.
Travel safely, and may the Maker watch over you.
Alright, I think that there's actually, like, actual equipment in there.
And when the Maker spoke, a chant of light scattered in the darkness.
Likeness of Andraste.
Word to spare.
Maybe she was
Fear
ugly. Maybe she had buck teeth. How would we know?
Fools. Praying for help from a prophet they burned, and a god who has turned his back on them not once, but twice.
Oh, I think that was a gift item. Alright, they keep talking about Andraste. Not a lot to it. Basically Jesus. Except rather than the son of God, she was his wife's. Which I don't know how you can even claim that. but people believed it, and she got crucified or whatever because of it.
And when the
He kinda led a resistance against the Tevinter Imperium, which set the people free.
Fear and ignorance.
God's wife or not, I guess that's a good cause to get behind.
Let those who seek redemption be delivered. Let those who have sinned be forgiven.
And when the chant spreads across all four corners of the world...
You might have dialogue.
I'm sorry, but I must prepare the Chantry's
Alright,
vestments
there's the
before
cabinet.
There is very little time.
Wavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and endure...
Ancient Elven Boots. I believe this is like a special set. You equip this and then you get a stat bonus or something. Not at all bad.
Perseverance.
Probably give
Then
this
shall the Maker return to us.
buff boy.
And then shall the Maker return to the Black City in heaven. And then...
Who? I beg your pardon. I did not see you approach.
Sir Donald? Is that you?
Alistair? By the Maker, how are you? I was certain you were dead.
Not yet. No thanks to Turn Logain.
If Arl Eamon were well, he'd set Logain straight soon enough.
So you're here looking for the Urn of Sacred Ashes, then?
I am indeed. Andraste's ashes are said to cure any illness. But I fear we are chasing a fable. With each day, my hope dims.
Question of the day. Did we collect Jesus' ashes? I know that, like, the Spear of Destiny, the weapon that stabbed him, there's, like, a few instances of it, and nobody knows which one's real. Like, we have that, and we have his burial shroud, but do we have his ashes? I guess the burial shroud would be the equivalent since he wasn't burned. Why did I bring you here?
I expected to take advantage of the Chantry's library, in fact. But my skills are better suited to battle than chasing down tales.
Can you be, like, out of here?
My mission takes priority. But I fear I shall be returning to Redcliffe with nothing to show for my efforts.
And what about your life? My friend's dead. I think I picked up his corpse in the wilds. Or was that on the bridge?
What? And you have his locket? And a note? Maker's mercy. Thank you for giving me these. I would never have known otherwise.
You could have just took a walk outside. He wasn't that far away. Sorry, man. I dealt with the bandits that killed him, though.
Thank you. I wonder how many of us have met similar fates on this mad quest.
Not much of a knife. You got slayed by bandits, right? Tell me about the Arl. Or the urn, even.
Supposedly, the urn contains the ashes of the prophetess Andraste. Surely you know all this.
Can I help?
Nothing I have found leads me to believe that this was anything more than a quest of desperation. With Henrik gone, I need to return to Redcliffe. Perhaps later I will seek out the scholar his note mentions. But I must go. Thank you again, my lady. You have been most helpful.
Let all mankind be humble. Let all
Hear that, Alistair? I'm his lady.
Only the word dispels the darkness upon us.
And when the Maker spoke...
Will you be making a donation to the Chantry, my friend? You look like you have salvaged more of value than most who make it here.
I wouldn't exactly call it salvage, more like claimed it from the jaws of death.
Might I suggest 30 silver?
Alright.
Thank you, dear woman. What can I do for you, then?
Need help.
A Grey Warden? Here? Oh dear. You put me in a difficult position. You must know that Tairn Loghain declared the Grey Wardens to be outlaws.
And you guys are the church, you're not gonna turn me in. Just help.
Tairn Loghain? That is as hard for me to believe as his condemnation of the Wardens. There is a price on your head. Lay low, and I promise to keep your presence a secret. That is the best I can do. Now, if there is nothing else?
Any help?
I cannot help you without risking the safety of this village and chantry. The best I can do is keep your presence a secret. I am sorry. Now, if there is nothing else?
Cats are getting on my nerves today. Bless me, I think it's experience points.
For a Grey Warden? Yes. You have a difficult road to walk, don't you? In Andraste's name, I call upon the Maker to watch over his child and creation. Watch over her path, O Maker. Give her light in darkness. So let it be. Now, if there is nothing else?
I mean, you have the right
May the Maker guard you, Grey Warden.
Just all on the Maker on her behalf, or Morrigan didn't like that I gave into religion.
Let him hear our unwavering faith. Let him hear our righteous dedication and enduring perseverance.
Then shall the Maker return to us.
Ordinarily, I would agree. However,
City in heaven, and then shall the chant of light make it pure.
a fantasy world, divine powers have some actual ground and work a little bit. So there is that. It's kind of the case with most of her character. Yeah, she's not wrong. She just, like, gotta keep your mouth shut sometimes, you know? Ah, boy. Kendra's board really doesn't have anything besides the bandits right now. We're gonna, like, come back and forth to this thing, like, 3 times. Right. Map time. So this is the village, and over here is the quest area. And that's more or less a shrunk-down version of how every area in this game is laid out. You start in a town, and then you go to the dungeon, and then you can dip out, go to the town whenever.
I don't like this.
However, you usually just stick it out through the whole dungeon at once. Rob Child.
I don't like this place. Why did we come here?
I don't know. Kid, where's your mum?
Have you seen my mother?
Have you seen my mum? Who is it?
She's really tall, and she has red hair. We live on a big farmhold, all of us. Some mean men with swords came, and Mother told me to run to the village as fast as I could, so I did. She said she'd be right behind me, but I've been waiting and waiting, and I can't see her.
You outran a sword man? Oh, that's kind of great. I don't think she's coming, man.
Why not? Why would she leave me here?
Because you're a man now.
But she must be coming.
Can't stand here forever.
I don't know. Maybe I should go home and look for her.
I'll take you.
No, I'm big enough to go myself. The mean men must be gone by now.
Well, don't die, little boy.
On it.
I think that was maybe the wrong decision. Like, he might be freaking dead now. I know there's a way to make the Chantry take him in.
Just how smart are Mabari supposed to be, anyway? Do you think they understand everything we say? Oh, is that so? You could just be listening to the tone of my voice. You could be an utter moron for all we know. Hey, now. There's nothing saying that a moron can't be cute and adorable. Who's the cute and adorable puppy? Ignorance is bliss, isn't it? That's what the Chantry kept telling me anyhow.
Pile of filth.
Right.
Got a brother that fell at Ostagar. Hope we're not next.
I think she wants me to give her a healing potion. Or just elf roots, actually. I was hoping I could help you.
Don't need blades right now. We need beds, food, and an end to all these sad sots. I don't suppose you know anything of tonics, medicines, or herbs.
Never mind. Pretty sure if I say no, I lock myself out of the quest, but if I level up and happen to take the herbalism, I should be able to fulfill it.
As you wish.
I think she's like the same person. She's here to teach you how to use your abilities if you haven't figured it out already.
Hello, stranger. I don't suppose you know anyone that can make traps? Old man Barlin said that Darkspawn may be coming soon. He's got traps on his farm. I figured I'd put a few on my lands. Barlin wants to poison his traps. I just want normal traps.
Right, buy some.
None to be had. Barlin has all the traps in the village in his fields.
Poison traps on his land.
Oh, he doesn't have any poison yet, thank the Maker. So his fields are just full of traps. He can be a bit eccentric.
Well, can't help you.
I didn't mean to bother you. Sorry.
So those fields are actually very real. They are right over there. And they are full of bear traps. I believe if you give them the poison, those will become poison bear traps. They pretty much only affect you, so that's pretty shitty. I'd recommend not helping them until after you're ready to leave.
How dare you accuse me of thievery? I saw you take the supplies from my car. Your grassland eyes are inept. A chastened would never stoop to petty theft. You marsh folk are all thieves and liars.
Enough! People here are already desperate and frightened. They don't need you two coming to blows.
But what about my food?
I said enough!
What about my food? Alright, this is a party member.
Shokke basitisra, marade starit. Mera de twasit, abana kyun, maras shokra, anan nesam kyun.
Right, so you can see he's one of the Oxmen, he's a Canary. It looks this way because of an update, but you can see because of his hands here, he's still human. For whatever reason, they didn't put any budget into them, and they were just these big-ass black humans with dreadlocks, and they were a unique race, so they didn't get the human stat bonus. Which kind of just makes him a shitty party member. More on that after we hire him.
You want one of my captors? I have nothing to say that would amuse you, elf. Leave me in peace.
Another thing, he's missing his horns. That's normal. He's, like, special because he's born hornless. Sometimes they also cut them off like a samurai's, head bun. Like a dishonor thing. But if you're born without them, you're special, so he's a champ. The other ones that you'll see in the game have horns. Who put you here?
I'm in a cage, am I not? I've been placed here by the Chantry. I am Sten of the Beresad, the vanguard of the Kunari peoples.
That's another thing. He's the only Kunari that you actually know is a Kunari. Yeah, you run into him, but they're just enemies and you have no idea. So when he tells you his name's Sten, you assume that's a name, but it's not. It's like his class. They don't actually have names. So it just means like warrior. He is the vanguard. Pleased to meet you.
You mock me. Or you show manners I have not come to expect in your lands. Though it matters little now. I will die soon enough.
Not to put too fine a point on it, but Kunari are renowned warriors. If we could release him, perhaps he might help us.
This is a proud and powerful creature, trapped as prey for the Darkspawn. If you cannot see a use for him, I suggest releasing him for mercy's sake alone.
Mercy? I wouldn't have expected that from you.
I would also suggest that Alistair take his place in the cage.
Yes, that's what I would have expected.
I suggest you leave me to my fate.
They say that, which is why it makes no sense that they have no racial stat bonus. Why is he weaker than a human? I find myself in need of skilled help.
No doubt. What help do you seek?
I'm defending land against the Blight.
The Blight? Are you a Grey Warden, then?
Know it.
Surprising. My people have heard legends of the Grey Warden's strength and skill. Though I suppose not every legend is true.
Whoa. What if I get you set free?
Perhaps if you told her the Grey Wardens need my assistance. It seems as likely to bring my death as waiting here.
Oh, leave for now.
Eaten alive by Darkspawn. That's cruel. I wonder why the revered mother's so afraid of him.
A penitent man left to be torn to pieces by Darkspawn. 'Tis a fine example of the Chantry's mercy, is it not?
Yeah, we're gonna go set him free first, I guess. There's another party member in this building that we can go pick, but it's a fight, so I'm actually a little afraid of doing it. So I believe you can actually just pick the lock on his cage and he won't say anything about it, but we're gonna go and try to get some help. We also don't have anyone who can pick locks.
And when the Maker spoke, chant of light.
Yes? What can I do for you now?
Talk about that man. Poor man you
It
put in a
might have been
cage.
kinder to execute him, but I leave his fate to the Maker. Why does he interest you?
OP, that's why. Oh, I'm freed.
Then his next victims might count you and me as their murderers.
I want to return him to his people.
That seems highly unlikely. Do you have any sort of papers to corroborate your story?
Nari are savages. I might use paper. I need his aid.
A Grey Warden? Oh dear, I will have to ask you to leave before you bring trouble on our heads.
Let me freaking fight the bad guys.
To defend against the Blight? Perhaps that is a form of atonement. But are you certain you can control him?
No one can control him. But you can point him in the right direction. I will conscript him.
No, I cannot. There will be too much trouble for us if we are seen cooperating with you.
But they're bad guys.
The Maker cares no less for that Canari's victims than for the thousands who fell in Ostagar. Now, good day.
Wow.
Yes? What can I do for you now? Again, we have already discussed this, and I told you I would not release the creature.
Yep. But what if I told you I have a knife and a sword and an army?
Now we threaten priests. How fun!
Whoa, whoa! Let's not get out of hand here.
What is the meaning of this? You would threaten me with violence?
No,
Your
just
Reverence,
words.
please. We are on an important mission. Let us take the Cunari off your hands. I beg you.
I see. And if not, I am to be assaulted. Is this what we have come to?
Yes.
No, Your Reverence. I will not allow that to happen.
I have more important matters to concern me. Here, take the key to the creature's cage and begone. Do not return.
Bitter bitch, I will not return.
Let it rise at last to the ears of the Maker. Let him hear our unwavering faith.
Alistair hates us. We'll win him over eventually, though. Can't be that far gone. Oh.
Why do you always go on about how stupid I am? I'm not stupid, am I?
If you need to ask the question...
Because it hurts my manly feelings, you know. Or one of them.
Then I'll be sure to write you an apology once all of this is over.
I was educated by the Chantry. I studied history. They don't make stupid Templars.
Then I must have been mistaken. I'm very impressed.
No, you're not. You're not even listening to me.
My, you are smarter than you look after all. Your Chantry must have been very proud.
So originally these conversations would trigger randomly, but they were locked to the area you were in, so there's a decent chance that you weren't going to hear a lot of them in one playthrough, which is kind of saddening. But again, through the power of mods, we should hear most of them.
And so it is done.
Level up.
Follow you into battle. In doing so, I shall find my atonement.
Yes. I don't think that we asked what he did. He murdered a family in that farmhouse. Maybe the family that that little boy was looking for. I think that he elaborates on the circumstances, but that's all we should know right now. Glad to have you with us.
May we proceed? I am eager to be elsewhere.
Okay. See, he is now a summon. Now, I believe he takes up his own slot, so if I was playing a summoning class, I could also have an additional summon. That should make our lives ever so slightly easier, at least in the early part of the game. I unlocked a specialization, but we shouldn't have access to any of these, so I'm not gonna take it. Even if I do get a stat bonus. Kinda need to raise my attack so I'm able to use the powerful swings. But I also need to have more strength if I want to get any of these. I'm not sure what we should be doing. Guess I could use this. I don't really want it, but I'll take it. I'll throw that over there. Maybe I should have grabbed melee archer. Too late now. Alright. Again, he starts with less stats than everyone else. I said that everyone has one of these specializations by default. Sten does not. He has nothing. In fact, he only gets one of these specialization points by default. I think it maybe has something to do with the Canary culture, which makes sense. However, it just makes him worse than every other party member, even more. So, power mods, we now get another point. He should have, since he's level 8, but I don't know, maybe it's broken. Whatever, it's not a big deal. You have a guess we're not going to use him for very long. But I like his character. Basically my stats. There's actually like a fair amount of information on the Cune, like in public knowledge, I guess is the word. It's not the word. Plus 1 damage, resistance, non-resistance, spells bonus 5% damage, critical chance for each enemy above the warrior's engaging. Cool. So part of him not having access to the additional talent trees granted by an additional class lets him sort of spec in archery too, which makes him feel more like an elite warrior. But it's still just shitty. He's another character I wish I could show some love for, but I'm kind of filling his role, so I'm just not going to use him really. this? Boots. No, I'm gonna give those to Rogue, maybe. Or Smuggler boots. Yeah, I'm definitely giving them to her. Just so they match. Should be good. Mud Idol, why not? I'm just gonna use them for a second. I'll take care of those bandits and then we'll grab the other person.
It shall be as you say.
Gonna set him up with a bruiser or whatever it is. Grabber. I'll use that. Well, there's an ambush here at some point, but that point is not yet. Right, that Tavern's easiest. I should check that out. Play the better armor, play the better damage. Defense is the same, fatigue penalty is the same, better missile deflection. I think the shield actually has pretty exceptional missile deflection compared to others. Yeah, chance to avoid missile attacks. His bonuses are just better for tanking, though. Missiles are arrows, of course.
You know,
Not, magic.
this place will be overrun by the Darkspawn soon. If we go, we won't be able to come back.
I know, Alistair. You'd think that they maybe tried to implement that in other parts of the game because of what happens with Redcliffe, but nah, it's just these two areas. You have to go everywhere else. For those bandits. Oh, let's get them. Hey, quick save.
On it.
I am ready.
Wow, we melted. I didn't expect half of them to have bows. That's kind of nuts. What, it's repeat the past 2 minutes?
You know, this place will be overrun by the Darkspawn soon. If we go, we won't be able to come back.
I think there's actually someone in the village who can do enchantments, but I didn't talk to them. Okay, I don't know how these guys started combat, but we have to fight them now. Hey, Morrigan.
Try that again.
On it.
Let's grab some clothes.
And who's ready to repeat the last 2 minutes again? Actually, don't know why that fight triggered. Pretty far away. Maybe I'll just not go near that bridge. Aside from them being darkspawn, who are all very high level for whatever reason. That's kind of just a fight before you leave, so it's a little harder than the other content in this area.
This place. It may not be here later should we leave now.
Thing said there were 3 groups of bandits. I think there's some right over here too. Don't want to go out into these fields because there are traps. Stand still, we can use these walls to advantage. I didn't even tell him to get froze. Also got dinked because he had his ranged defense on.
As you wish.
Stay still!
Now you die!
Alright, now that's taken care of. We can go around this field and not get put traps. I know exactly where they are, right? So cool. I have no idea where they are. Yeah, I massively avoided them.
Let's get started.
I'll hide around here.
Go.
More Sanel, like Mabari. Get him, dudes. Fuck him up.
That is done.
Tis your time to die!
Turn your asses around, you're about to melt.
Shall be as you say.
Too easy!
As you wish.
Get in there. Dog is too smart for his own good.
I shall do it.
Probably should have just froze him. Or I did. I meant this.
Let us end this! Tis too easy.
Dog sickle. Alright, let's not melt.
Back!
Fucking help whenever you're ready. They got this. Bash him down.
It's either you or me! This is gonna be me!
Things going over here. Would've wished that worked, you son of a bitch.
Let's go!
Alright, that's two groups. I believe the third one is all the way at the end of the river. And I think they're pretty well equipped as well. I don't know what stats he needs right now. Level 9, 25 strain. Okay, so normally you go from this, which is your normal melee form, all around good, and this one from when you're getting shot, to this, which is just better at everything, right? Missile deflection, armor, defense, it's just better in every way. However, it has a bit more stamina upkeep, more like a lot more, so it's more of a late game thing. They also kind of nerfed it with one of the mods, so it's, and it's still pretty great. But we're not going to use it right now. 25 strain. Kind of far off from that. I think I'll just get this because he starts with it. Landmark tree. So I think peeing on these is maybe how you get his companion bonuses. There's a tree in every area that you can pee on. Bari dominance. It only affects this area. The hound's grasping tenacity and its defense. Cool. Okay, there's a quest that puts a really powerful enemy over here. If we kill these spiders now, we won't have to deal with them along with the enemy. So I recommend killing them before even taking the quest. It's nice to deal with yellow text once in a while.
This should be easy enough.
Oh. I like them levels.
Right.
Right, nothing over there, but you can see it's kind of a cave. That's where the monster lives.
I shall do it.
Victory shall be mine!
At your...
What? You'll never know what hurt!
I told you all to attack him. Come on.
Only one shall stand!
You guys forgot a cheese or something. Shot her anyways. Serves her right for playing dirty like that. Got the leader. That's good. Alistair died. I'm not really watching anyone's health. There's a set for Sten in case he didn't have anything.
This should be easy enough.
Be cautious.
That one's a little more like it.
Let's get started.
Bad face. Okay, I think there's maybe one more hard fight. It's like a bunch of Mabari. Those are always very dangerous. Otherwise, I'm not too worried about the injuries we've incurred. Also, we're gonna be swapping.
Say what you must.
Someone out. Yeah. Maybe not Sten since he's in good condition. Plus 2 people who can shatter frozen enemies easily is just good. Like, Alistair can't do it, but it only works on his skills. Oh boy, dead or not. So aside from just experience and money, you actually get a fairly powerful sword if you do all the quests on this board. And they should last you till at least the end of one of the major acts, where you should get, like, endgame equipment.
Blessed are the peacekeepers, champions of the just.
On it.
Bear's attack. Last keepsake, there's the boy. Her body's just somewhere out in the fields. I think that's maybe why we have to deal with the dogs. Helpful. This is headcanon off, but probably not really.
You might not want to go in. Tavern's full, and those soldiers are being a nuisance.
I'm unhappy.
Is there any reason to be happy? With the king dead, them Darkspawn will overrun Lothering before anyone can organize. You'd think those soldiers could at least run off the bandits. I hear someone gave them what they deserved. Wasn't you, was it?
Hell yeah.
It was? Hey, everyone! This is the one who drove out those thieving bastards! More will probably come, but it's good to know some justice is left here. Thank you.
Rip.
So how is it the Terran no gain survived?
one. Even the Grey Wardens didn't make it out of that place down south.
Okay, we're gonna recruit a new party member and get in a fight, and it might be kind of hard.
Well, look what we have here, men. I think we've just been blessed.
Massive armor, heavy armor, heavy armor, heavy armor.
This can't be good.
Didn't we spend all morning asking about an elf by this very description, and everyone said they hadn't seen one?
It seems we were lied to.
Gentlemen, surely there's no need for trouble. These are no doubt simply more poor souls seeking refuge.
They're more than that. Now stay out of our way, sister. You protect these traitors, you'll get the same as them.
This is the party member, by the way. You can tell by her unique hairstyle. Normally she has like a very bland version of this, but this is more like what it looks like in promotional materials. Kind of like what I tried to do with Morrigan, but you saw how that happened. How that worked out. Makes you think we're traitors.
Tern Logain claims the Grey Wardens betrayed the king. Or haven't you heard?
Enough talk! Take the warden into custody. Kill this sister and anyone else that gets in your way.
Right. Let's make this quick.
Oh, alright, let's fight. Normally she like takes a shit right here and like lets out a battle cry, but she might not have skills.
Let's get started.
I think this fight ends as soon as we beat the shit out of this commander, so I'm just gonna do that.
Alright, you've won. We surrender.
Good. They've learned their lesson and we can all stop fighting now.
Sure. The blue game's a dick.
I was there. The Tern pulled us out of a trap.
There was no trap, you liar.
The wardens led the king to his death. The Tern could do nothing.
No.
What do you want to tell him?
I'm gonna fucking chop his dick off, bruh.
I'll tell him. Right away, now. Thank you.
I apologize for interfering, but I couldn't just sit by and not help.
Well, I don't think you were much help. Appreciate what you tried to do.
I am glad you found it in your heart to offer those men mercy. Let me introduce myself. I am Liliana, one of the lay sisters of the Chantry here in Lothering. Oh, I was.
He's a Legion, by the way, that's what the accent is. Pleasure.
They said you were a Grey Warden. I'm surprised you're an elf. But elves must want the Blight defeated as much as humans, no? I know after what happened you will need all the help you can get. That's why I'm coming along.
Okay.
That and the Maker wants me to go with you.
Yeah, well, you can keep that part to yourself. Can you elaborate?
I know that sounds absolutely insane, but it's true. I had a dream. A vision.
More crazy? I thought we were all full up.
Look at the people here. They are lost in their despair, and this darkness, this chaos, will spread. The Maker doesn't want this. What you do, what you are meant to do, is the Maker's work. Let me help.
Well, look, I know a guy who had a dream too, and someone put a bomb in his house, so you're welcome to come along.
Perhaps your skull was cracked worse than Mother thought.
Thank you. I appreciate being given this chance. I will not let you down.
Alright, gonna be honest, first time I played this, I had no idea how rogues even worked.
Vashaden.
That means bastard. Or bitch or something. It's just a curse. I don't know if that was the right choice though. I mean, he and Sten were kind of tearing it up. Alistair, he's not being a very good tank. It's probably my fault, but... I think I may very well do that.
Last, yes.
Let's see how this works. At her!
Indeed.
There we go. This is bugged. Right, so the first time I played this, I didn't really know how to play the rogue as a melee character. Now, a two-handed warrior, he's pretty epic. But for rogues, I just don't really get it. When you have the assassin skill set, it's a bit better. Because you have something that can really topple down on the backstabs. However, she's a bard. But she starts with... We're gonna make her a ranger. Name, dexterity, cunning, constitution, just a bit, willpower. Or dexterity, don't want her to miss. Yeah, I think this is the freaking ass explosion. It sings an ancient tale for Viserias, granting party bonuses to mana or stamina regeneration of 1 plus 0.02 times cunning minus 10. Or it can only sing one song at a time. So this is a sustain. It gives mana regen, which is sick. Flourishes, designed to distract and confuse. Target forgets fighting, becomes confused in seconds. That's cool. Might grab that. It's useful combat movement. It sounds like it's a move speed bonus, but I think it's just a backstab bonus. Just what these are too. Coup de grace, pronounced coup de grace. Defensive fire. While active, archer charges and stance gains 12 defense, 2 armor, slows fire rate by increasing attack duration. Then that's kind of lame. It's pressing fire. That's when you can have it activate alongside aim. Just kind of good. Each hero deals regular damage and encumbers the target penalties of minus 10 attack and defense for 5 seconds. Master Archer adds a slow. Penalties from the same archer do not stack, but that means if all of us were doing this, they'd get wrecked. Scatter shot. Fire a single arrow automatically hits stunning target for 2 seconds, so it doesn't miss and it stuns. And then it scatters to all nearby enemies within 10 meters and also stuns them. That's just sick. They pass the resistance check, the stun is shorter. So it hits and stuns no matter what. You'd think that you should always use 2 daggers, but you can use a sword and a dagger, which is just better damage potential, so do that. Also, some people say these daggers look way too long, and that's only if you believe the popular misconception that a dagger is a knife. It's not. It's a short sword. So, you know, it's actually a very appropriate length. Short swords are actually pretty long. I guess I'm gonna give her these, but she doesn't really need them. Oh, never mind, I give her the good one. That's the ancient elf. Oh, she doesn't have the strength for it. Too bad. I didn't level her strength at all, did I? Oops. Whatever, she'll be fine. Do I have a gift for her? Broke the Maker Amulet, or whatever it was. Alright. Organize. Right, and that's why we don't have all these on at once. I guess I only want the... She's gonna need the damage bonus from aim since I didn't give her any strength. Target of controlled party member attack, sure. Self being attacked. Being attacked by melee. They're fighting. Enemy clustered. At least 2. Invisibility. I'm assuming this means that there were 3 enemies. Enemy has the armor. Medium or high. Invisibility. Enemy at range. Hitting. Enemy. using melee or attacking anyone, is there? Use anyone's target? Allies being attacked, use crippling shot. How about that? Seems like a roundabout way of what I wanted, but it's something.
This should be easy enough.
Allow me. I could do that for you.
Another side quest thing. I don't think you can complete your quest here, but if you don't pick it up, you don't get to keep it, which has a small effect on the ending sequence.
As I live and breathe, you're the Grey Warden everyone's been talking about. I represent the Blackstone Irregulars. We're a mercenary company that fell on hard times after the war with Orlais. I'm sure you know that times are getting worse every day. With your help, the Irregulars could be of use to Ferelden once more.
How can I be of service?
Our leaders thought you might be willing to help. Each of our posts in Ferelden will contain letters addressed to you. Unlike most who work with us, you're getting letters straight from Raelnor and Tauran, our leaders. I hope this tells you how highly the Irregulars regard the Grey Wardens.
Take a look.
Thank you. When you've completed a mission, just return to me or any of our members stationed at an Irregulars post. We'll make sure your efforts are rewarded. Maker's blessings light your path.
Just gotta conscript people. One of them's a Lothering. Sounds like the same thing, except we want them to send supplies. There's a cozy little place, isn't it?
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell.
Maybe they sell stuff. Out of food.
Whole mess of refugees come in and leave near every night. All have hungry bellies, sad tales, and mementos for barter. I sold that bleeding merchant outside about half my larder 2 weeks back, and now he's charging outrageous sums for all my food.
You sold them the larder for money. Still think that merchant's in the right. Let's see anything of that first.
Hardly. I may be a cantankerous old coot, but I'm not going to beggar everyone comes by for a loaf of bread.
Nah. Beggar him for the beer. Seems like traps are meant for people who are trying to ease as hard as I am. This is no. Pretty good too. I'll take it. Taylor's crossbow. Take it. That's probably alright. Got awesome armor penetration. That's pretty powerful. I could use one of these. You guys got good stuff. I don't think we're recruiting anyone else anytime soon. I sold the ancient elven boots. I did. Those back. This is probably better than what Alistair is wearing. I'll probably move up to like chainmail or heavy tier armor eventually. But right now I do not have the stamina to deal with the fatigue penalty. For Alistair, it doesn't really matter, he just needs to be able to take damage. So I'll give him this as soon as humanly possible. I don't want to buy that lightning rod. Pretty powerful. I will pass. Currently I don't have any lightning spells, and when I do, it's only going to be one spell, so... hand her that dagger for now. Pretty cool. It's a shrunk version of a longsword from Dragon Age 2. I'll hand it to Sten.
You're here. I got other gear to sell.
Fuck.
I got other gear to sell.
Don't hurt. I did it again.
You're here. I got other gear to sell.
Jeez. Right,
You're
he
hearing
wants
about food,
poison.
taking up-
I don't
I
think I
got
can really
other
help
gear
him
to
with
sell.
that.
You did? Well, I don't know what to say to that. Thanks.
Nah.
You're here about food. Take it up with that bleeding runt by the chantry. I got other gear to sell. Check the chanter's board by the chantry. There's good jobs there. I don't suppose you know anything about, poison? Yes, that's right, poison. I've got some traps around the place. I've heard the poison hurts them beasties just as good as anybody else.
Well, that's not quite true. What if someone steps in it?
Well, then those bleeding sad salts should stay off my land, eh? Besides, these days, any folk out at night is more than like to slit your throat. Can you make poison or not?
Nah. Okay.
It's done.
With that, with this.
What?
What? He has a name.
You're gonna make more trouble? We've about all we can stand in Lothering now.
Can't make more trouble.
They had it coming, and they were trouble enough themselves. So long as you don't start more, I won't get excited. Right then, name's Denial. Sorry I can't chat much. As you see, we've a full house.
Well, I just killed half your house, so surely you're fine.
I hear news from Dinnerham that Tyrn Loghain has been declared the new regent. It makes sense, his daughter being the queen. Anything else I can get you?
Oh.
Luck speed your way.
See ya. So I got Liliana the trap making skill. She's like, talk to her at least. Alright, this one.
Oh, hello again. You can? I would happily pay you to make some. There's wood and nails and other goods around the village and the forest. But you probably already know that. Sorry. Come back if you make some. Did you make any traps? Thank you.
Make me traps. Spring trap. Remarkably simple build and effective nonetheless. Surprise. Okay, trap knocks down whoever triggers it. Oh, well, I don't have any metal shards. Maybe a spring trap's enough?
Did you make any traps? Oh, what a relief. Thank you, stranger.
Come on.
Thanks for the traps. I feel safer already.
Morrigan's supposed to have the making skill, but I didn't give it to her. Gotta make another trip out in the fields. And there's the ambush. Avoid them for now. It's actually a lot of people. Dogs. Very dangerous.
That'd make an interesting pet.
This kind of thing is actually... No, they're wolves. I was gonna say, like, normal-ass starving dogs in big-ass packs is actually a pretty common occurrence. They are absolutely just as vicious as wolves. maybe even more dangerous. They don't have pack mentality. Really just need to play Morrigan. Also, I didn't summon dog.
Yes? Very well.
You some bitch. Nice.
Morrigan praised.
Right. Not stuff is happening, so... We can talk about a bit about Dragon Age 2, because I guess this is the village where it's most relevant. See, they kind of shat the game out in like a year or less. So much like this game, a lot of recycled content, but like it's a lot more noticeable there, and it's just really saddening. I like what they did with the art style. As far as not going with the Grey Warden Slay Archdemon story again, I guess I applaud it, because that would have been the easy route, and I would have been totally okay with it. But, you know, they chose to focus on a more interesting issue that they just built into this world. Voice character goes, I was okay with it by then. It was post Mass Effect 2, so you know, we're down with the Shepherd.
Oh, is this too much?
As far as making a casual RPG goes, I guess they made the right choice by taking away equipment for your companions.
Feeling that for several days to
Instead, they'll have outfits to make them look cool, kind of more JRPG-ish. And they scale with their level. And you can pick up like rare components sometimes that'll provide a permanent stat boost to it, which is neat. I wish that further changed its appearance at least, but it didn't. Character Varric had the crossbow Bianca, which also leveled with him, so if you weren't playing an archer, you would never use bows on any of your characters, which is kind of dumb. There is a DLC companion who is an archer to alleviate that, I guess, but I didn't play any of the DLCs. Anyways, I don't hate the game. I replayed it at least 3 times, which is one more time than I thought I would. It's not even that long, but really, since I guess the engine was incompatible for 3, and it is a different engine, so they made importing your saves not a thing. Instead, you have to go build stuff that you probably don't even remember in an online thing, and it's kind of annoying. But, you know, it opens up more options for people who haven't played the other ones, so I guess that's good.
It's your time to die!
So, since I don't have to replay it to make a save to import to 3, which I'm not in love with either,
That's one for me.
I just really don't see a reason to replay it unless I bought the DLC, which I like to avoid giving as much money to EA as possible.
Oh, you are fun.
Now, while it does recycle a lot of areas, I think that here and there they do add unique dungeons that spice things up a bit, but just kind of overstays its welcome. Like, you're always going to all the areas that you've already been to, and the new unique areas. Like, 3 or 4 times. It's just shitty. Also, the main town is very bland looking. It's just like sandstone and spikes. And that's where you spend most of your time.
What do you wish?
Until the last act, the story is pretty low stakes. It feels like you're just being a fucking neighborhood watchman, beating ass on the streets. Until things get serious for endgame content. I think it's pretty ridiculous if you chose to be a mage, because you are the most high-profile apostate in existence, and Chantry hasn't arrested you. Honestly, I think I enjoyed it more than the third game, which is saying something about how disappointed I was.
We done heard what was said. You're a warden. I don't know if you killed King Kalen, and make her forgive me, I don't care. But that bounty on your head could feed a lot of hungry bellies. Attack!
They sped up the combat a lot for it too, which I didn't mind at all. Like, they kept, as far as the combat went, they kept in line with what they were trying to do here. And I liked what they did with the skill system. They made the trees a little nicer to look at. The skills had multiple, like, branches to them that you can invest in to add more effects, which was pretty cool. Stats were the same, so it's not like they simplified it in any way. As a game, it had this foundation to be very solid. They just needed more budget, I guess, which, considering how wildly successful this one was for the budget that they gave it, they really should have just done more. But they didn't.
Come and get it.
This game has legitimate expansions to it, which is not a very common thing. So it's just like a testament to its popularity, and it still didn't get enough to make a decent sequel.
I am in danger. Do something. It's either you or me. It isn't gonna be me. To help them.
As far as my interest goes in being tempted to throw EA the money for DLC, I'd say it's pretty low. As far as I know, one of them is like a premium item store, which is I don't care about it at all. A companion with the companion quest, obviously. I'll take it because he's an archer, which no one else is, because Varric is dumb. Then another one, Elf Girl. Okay, we got another rogue who's not Isabel, so I guess she doesn't have cholera, syphilis, whatever STD you can think of. And, you know, The tapestry choices did not make me happy, because the only one that mattered is whether or not you kissed her, and I was like, what? I'm pretty sure she was like a fangirl who got put in the game or something.
Take any vows.
So you dabbled in priesthood then?
Oh no, the lay sisters don't have the same sorts of duties as priests at all.
So you were not a priest, did none of their duties, and took no vows, but you lived among them?
Yes.
You were a house guest of the chantry?
Sort of.
Let him take notice and shine upon thee, for thou hast done his work this day. And the stars stood still, the wind, all was...
Item received. I think that was the weapon, Oathkeeper. This is a very good sword. And depending on how late you got it into this, it would scale based on your level. I got it at tier 5, that's pretty great. Health regen, perfect for Alistair. Declaration. I think this guy's maybe in the chantry. What was I saying? Right, DLC. So the only one that really matters, an actual story expansion, is the Legacy one, which has a cool new unique dungeon. You get to like build an ancestral weapon, because Hulk's dad was like a super badass dude, I guess. I don't know the story of it. Apparently the villain of the third game gets introduced in there. And I guess it's just completely blown over, because it doesn't really matter at all. Like, Hawk doesn't even mention him. But he's the one who released him into the wild, I guess. No big deal. So... yeah. I guess that would maybe spice things up if it was done during, like, Act 2. Or 3, but just not enough for me to feel like replaying it. They tried, but you can absolutely tell the publisher ruined them. What's this guy's name? It starts with D, right? No, wrong one. Hater Gritch. Suppose you're him.
Are you here to see the Reverend Mother too? She's wonderful, isn't she?
No.
I came to ask for a blessing. With my family abandoning the farm to flee north, we'll need all the grace the Maker can offer. Well, good luck to you. I need to get underway. If I'm lucky, I'll make it back to the farmhold by nightfall.
Right, my issues with 3 are real simple. Game wanted to be an action RPG finally, and it did it in a very half-assed way. So it kind of ruined everything that the other games had going for them. And then, they tell you the Frostbite engine is just not good for RPGs, because it's built for a shooter, but like, the shooter's literally the fucking easiest thing in the world to program, so it's not an excuse. They just didn't put any effort into making an RPG. The PBR material system made, like, weapon and armor customization awesome. I love that part about it. However, again, gameplay is lackluster, and as far as world exploration goes, it feels like you're playing an MMO, but single player,
Is it mental capacity
which is just
that you
horrid.
believe I lack? Or are you worried I will sympathize with my so-called
There's
brethren?
just so much of it.
Your pick.
Is that supposed to make me angry?
It means I find myself wishing that your people held proper, civilized attitudes towards magic.
That is a rather hostile thing
What the hell
to
is
say.
this man?
And yet you continue speaking. Astonishing.
Got a brother that fell at Ostagar. Hope we're not next.
I kind of enjoyed it. Like, I'd have given it like a 7 out of 10 on my first playthrough when I played the two-hander. But then I tried the other classes, and I was like, yeah, this is just kind of not fun. So I played it like 1.5 times. I guess that's a testament to how much I disliked it. But you know, this one's just so great that I'm content with it being the only awesome one. Pater. I'm looking for a pater. I suppose he'd show up on the map. Of course not. What if he's dead? Or is this him? Where is he on?
I brought my family to Lothering because I thought it would be safe.
I'm not gonna waste more time on this. One refugee could be him. Oh, it's a woman.
Please, we came here to get away from the fighting.
Yeah, we're just gonna get out of here. I don't know where this man is. Did we just crash? Just crash.
Make his breath!
Speak.
Very well.
You're getting sloppy.
Oh, it's an injury kit.
Do something! Only... Understand!
It's done. I shall.
Mighty timely arrival there, my friend. I'm much obliged.
You're welcome.
The name's Bodon Feddick, merchant and entrepreneur. This here is my son, Sandal. Say hello, my boy.
Hello.
Road's been mighty dangerous these days. Mind if I ask what brings you out here? Perhaps we're going the same way.
Bit complicated, but come on.
Complicated? Somehow I imagine that only says half of it. Thank you for the offer, but there may be more excitement on your path than is good for my boy and me. Allow me to bid you farewell and good fortune.
Goodbye.
Now then, let's get this mess cleaned up, shall we?
Right, these are traveling merchants. They are with us throughout the whole game. They're sort of your camp store and your storage system, I guess, because they don't have a stash. But anything that you sell to them, they will always have, and you can buy it back later. So, that's good, I guess. I guess the economy isn't super in-depth, so like you're just trading the money back and forth. Still, I wish there was just a normal-ass stash. Sandal. Seems autistic. There's definitely some kind of deep lore behind him that has not been explored. Alright, I think that there's like a cutscene as soon as we go to the camp, which we've gone on for a while, so I'm just gonna not. And, yeah, I'll maybe edit up the first part of this, because that was like an hour of disaster. Anyways, see you guys sometime. So my next week is like this past one, but worse in every way. So I don't know if I'll even find time, but we'll see. Maybe on one of my days off. I normally use those for more important stuff, but maybe. Yeah, I'll see you guys whenever. Bye.